our next concept is multiplication of two vectors. So previously we have seen multiplication of a scalar to a vector. What if we multiply a vector to a vector? There are two types of multiplications. There are two types of vector multiplications, that is scalar product and a vector product. Why there are two types? Because when you multiply two vector using scalar product, the resultant is a number, that's a scalar. You won't get a vector again, the resultant will be a constant, a number. But if you do the multiplication using vector product, that we'll see next, you will get a vector as a result. So after multiplying two vectors, again a vector will be the answer. So here the answer will be a scalar. That's why it's called as scalar product. And that the next one which we are going to see is called as vector product. So this kind of vector multiplication is also called as dot product, and the definition of dot product is given as a vector dot b vector equals to the magnitude of a into the magnitude of b into the cos of angle between the two vectors. That's all. So a is a constant, b is a constant, cos theta is also a constant. If you multiply all these three things, the answer will also be a constant. So this is the general definition of a dot product. And for example, if I have a vector a of magnitude 10 and vector b of magnitude 2, and the angle between the two vectors, let it be 60 degrees, that will give me a dot b to be 10 into 2 into cos 60 is 1 by 2. So the answer will be 10. Now we have seen resolution of vectors, that is how to write vectors in terms of ijk. So we need to learn how to perform dot product if the given vector is in the ijk form. So imagine I have a vector a equals to 2 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 2 k cap, and b vector to be 3 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 4 k cap. Here I have to perform a vector dot b vector. So what is a vector? 2 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 2 k cap dot 3 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 4 k cap. So if this is the case, multiply each vector like how you do if you have three numbers like this, a plus b plus c and x plus y plus z. We have like this, how will you multiply this? A into x, a into y, and then a into z. Similarly then b into x, b into y, then b into z, then c into all the three things. That's how you multiply, right? Similarly, do the same thing here. If I do that, it will be 2 I cap dot, because since this is not normal multiplication, this is dot, okay, dot 3 I cap, and next 2 I cap dot 2 j cap. So plus 2 I cap dot 2 j cap, and then the remaining will be there. There will be 9 products. There will be 9 different products, and there will be minus 3 j cap dot 2 j cap as well, and dot 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 2 will be there. Other 2 products will be there. The last one will be 2 k cap dot minus 4 k cap. Now why have I written like that? Because see this, I cap into I cap. You can take this 3 out, not a problem. If you take this 3 outside, it will become 2 into 3. That's not a problem. It will become 6 here, but it will be 6 into I cap dot I cap. What is I cap dot I cap? Using the definition of dot product, what is I cap dot I cap? It is the magnitude of the first vector into magnitude of second vector into the cos of angle between them. So what is the magnitude of I cap? 1 into what's the magnitude of I cap again? 1 into what's the angle between I cap and I cap? Both are in the same direction. Okay, if two vectors are in the same direction like this, the angle between them will be 0. So cos 0 is also 1. So 1 into 1 into 1 will be 1. So I cap into I cap is 1. Now what is I cap dot j cap? I cap's magnitude is 1. J cap's magnitude is also 1. What is the angle between I cap and j cap? I cap is in the x direction. J cap is in the y direction. So angle between them is 90 degrees. So I'll get cos 90 here. Cos 90 is 0. So this will be equal to 0 totally. So I cap into j cap is 0. Then therefore what is I cap dot k cap? The angle between I cap and k cap is also 90 degrees. X axis and z axis. angle is 90 degree between them. So therefore, this will also be equal to 0. And one more thing you have to remember, this is also equal to B dot A, because there is no difference between A dot B and B dot A. Both are same. So because of that, even J cap dot I cap is also equals to 0, and K cap dot I cap is also equals to 0. On the extension of this, J cap dot J cap will also be equal to 1, and K cap dot K cap will also be equal to 1. If you multiply the same vector, same unit vector, the answer will be 1. If you multiply the different unit vector, the answer will be 0. We can use that concept here. So I dot I will be 1. So 2 into 3, 6. 6 into 1, 6. Plus, will this be equal to 0? Yes. And if you see clearly, all the non-corresponding multiplications will become 0. Okay, that is, if I multiply I cap to K cap, or I cap to J cap, J to K, or J to I, K to J, K to I, everything will become 0. But doing the dot product for the corresponding elements, corresponding components, that will not become 0. So here we have multiplied the corresponding components I to I. So that will become 2 I cap dot 3 J cap, that will become 6. So here minus 3 dot 2, minus 3 into 2 is minus 6. So minus 6, J dot J is 1, so I don't have to care about it. Okay. So again, in the last case, 2 into minus 4 is 2 into minus 4 is minus 8. So minus 8, K dot K is 1 again. So therefore, the final answer will be the summation of all these three. 6 minus 6 is 0. The answer will be minus 8. So what is the dot product of A and B here? A dot B here is minus 8. Simple. That's the answer, final answer. So you don't have to go through all these things again and again. This is just for explanation. In future, if you get any two vectors and you have to do dot product for them, just to multiply the corresponding elements. So the same example I'll show you. Just to multiply the corresponding I components, J components, and K components and add them together. So the A dot B can be written as AX into BX, that is the X component of A into by X component of B, plus AY into BY plus AZ into BZ. That's all. So if you just do this, you can do the dot product. Another example, we'll do a quick example. A vector equals to K cap, B vector equals to minus 2 I cap plus 3 J cap minus 4 K cap. Now for A vector, I have just given K cap. What about the I cap and J? This means that the X component of A and Y component of A both are zeros, and in front of K there is no any number. That means that the component of A in the Z direction is 1. So A dot B according to this formula will be 0, because AX is 0 here, because 0 into BX is 0. AY is also 0, so 0 into BY is also 0, plus what is AZ? 1. So 1 into what is BZ? Minus 4. So answer is minus 4. That's all. And how to use dot product to find the angle between two vectors. So if you are given two vectors A and B in IJK format, so how to find the angle between those two vectors? It is very simple. You can use dot product to do that. You can also use cross product to do that, but dot product is much simpler than, because we know that A dot B equals to AB cos theta. So this implies cos theta equals to A dot B divided by AB. I know A and B in terms of IJK. I can perform this dot product using this formula, this one. So after doing that, I also know the magnitude of A and magnitude of B. For example, if A vector is I cap plus J cap plus K cap, and B vector is 2 I cap plus J cap minus K cap, then I'll find the angle between. So for example, cos theta here equals to, what is A dot B according to the previous formula? 1 into 2, 2 plus 1 into 1, that is 1, plus 1 into minus 1, that is minus 1, So divided by what is the magnitude of A and magnitude of B. We know the formula to find the magnitude of A and magnitude of B. So here A will be equal to root of 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 1 square plus 1 square plus 1, that will be equal to root 3, and B will be equal to root of 2 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, that will be 4 plus 2 root of 6. Now I got to know what is A and what is B. I'll divide it here, root 3 into root 6. So the answer will be 2 by root 3 into root 6. I can cancel this 2 and write it as root 2, and I can cancel this 6 and write it as 3. So this will give me root 2 by root 3 into root 3 is what? 3. So root 2 by 3. So cos theta equals to root 2 by 3. So angle theta equals to cos inverse of root 2 by 3. That is the angle between the two vectors. And that's how you find the angle between two vectors using dot product. If you are having any doubts regarding any concept, just leave it in the comments, and I'll try to reply to everything. And if you haven't done yet, click the subscribe button for more such content.